Last time, the Forsaken Ascendancy took a well-earned night's rest, stopped an assassination attempt on Arundel, and then quickly rallied what troops they could to chase down the fleeing orcs from the Tribor attack. The ensuing battle was bloody and exhausting, but with the assistance of an additional force of which they had called upon, they were successful in stopping the orcs from getting to safety and rescued the surviving prisoners. Then, while armies of the Lord's Alliance were being rallied and routed, the Forsaken Ascendancy chose to look at their own borders, knowing that their people, and the now thousands of refugees that flocked to them, would not currently be safe within Phandalin. They searched out Inyo's castle, discovered it to be a lost castle in time that belonged once to an ancient king and mage who attempted to become the god of magic. Learning this information from Vesper, a cursed mage once under the ancient king's service, now trapped in a weapon to serve until the gods feel she has repaid her debt. They found the castle full of devils, their leader in the process of trying to open a portal to hell, wishing to call forth an army. This same devil, upon seeing Ynnari, recognized him from long ago, and wishing to capture him, attacked the party in what became a fierce fight in which they almost lost their friend Valiant, but fighting on with great passion, they won, Valiant even managing to strike the final blow and shouting out a proclamation. The devil died, returning to the hell from whence he came, and promising that he would return stronger, and that he will get what he seeks. Upon freeing this ancient fortress, they moved their people within and set about safeguarding and rallying their troops, while waiting for the signal to march from the Lord's Alliance. Not even a week after settling in, an adult white dragon was drawn to the return of this castle, and the promise of great riches within. The party met with this dragon, found that she was bringing her nest with her, as many white dragonlings and even a young dragon were part of the battle that soon began. Shortly after the battle, Arundel found a white dragon egg, and expressed to his fellow party members that he wished to attempt raising the beast, seeing how white dragons are the least intelligent of the race. He hoped that, with the right upbringing, perhaps, one day, they would have a dragon fighting alongside them. The party, after much debate, agreed to let him try. Soon after, the call to arms came, as scouts found other armies of orcs moving in to assist the main camp, and the Forsaken Ascendancy saw a place where if a few of the other nations' armies assisted, they could wipe out one of the marching reinforcements. Convincing two of the Lord's Alliance armies, they moved forward with their plans and cornered the orc army within a canyon that they must pass through. The party started the attack by crazily attacking the center, where they had thought to find the army's commander. Finding instead its second in command, unknowingly, they attacked. A fierce battle commenced that, combined with the cramped space of the canyon and other battles happening around them, threw the orc army into enough confusion that the party was immediately encircled, and soon found out who the real leader was as he burst out of the ground riding a purple worm and casting wall of thorns, splitting up the party and damaging many of them. Gerador bravely charged forward, swinging his giant great axe and angering the worm, which swallowed him. Gerador by this time had already protected his friends from many attacks, and was looking pretty bad, desperately trying to fight on and not become this beast's meal. It was beginning to look hopeless when Ynnari managed to expertly aim a fireball arrow down the beast's maw, miraculously causing the beast to vomit, and then release Gerador from what was soon to be his acidic grave. The beast was soon after slain, his rider the war chief slaughtered while falling through the air by Arundel. The party then retreated up the canyon wall, and with the well-timed aid of Death's horde of undead and a well-placed wall of fire, they managed to signal their lift from the Griffin Riders, and even while being attacked by Wyvern Riders, they were able to get the party back to their army's line. Taking but a moment to be healed and learn how the rest of the battle has been going, they re-entered the fray, helping in key areas and making sure to help wherever the enemy seemed strongest. The battle was bloody, and they suffered many losses, but they pulled through and won, preventing these reinforcements from making it to the much larger army of orcs ahead, preventing the Lord's Alliance from being even more outnumbered in the battle to come. A couple of days later, what would soon become known as the last battle in the orc invasion began. The Forsaken Ascendancy, now acknowledged not only as powerful heroes, but also as strategic geniuses, were invited to help plan the attack on the orc camp. After much debate, traps were laid and plans were enacted. The party, once again focusing their efforts first on removing the leadership of the opposing army, found themselves at the spearhead of the air assault, fighting desperately to bring victory. As the battle raged on, the fates themselves seemed to be on their side. Victory was gained that day against all odds. Every soldier present on that battlefield will tell you why the good won that day. Many will say that the gods themselves sent them, but all will say that if not for the Forsaken Ascendancy, there would not have been victory that day. All 8 of the heroes, completely unreplaceable in their own unique ways.
Long